Good evening and welcome once again inside the Sullivan Center, the home of the Fighting Saints of St. Francis, who today take on the Jaguars of Governors State University in a CCAC battle. I'm Terry Bonadonna. I'll be on the call for today's game as E.J. Charles heads to center court to face off against Deandre Robinson in the opening tip. St. Francis comes into today with a record of 11-6. Governors State 4-8. Both teams are 500 in conference. 3 wins, 3 losses for the Saints, 2-2 for the Jaguars. Second meeting of the year between these two teams. The Saints were victorious back in December. They'll try to make it 2 for 2 as the tip is won by Governors State. The team in black is going from left to right for the first half. St. Francis in their home whites going from right to left. Tariq Deere runs the point for Governors State. He kicks it outside. This is Peyton Harley. Harley crosses over, shovels it back outside to Robinson. Robinson hands it to Lamar Crenshaw. Shot clock at 6. This is Harley. Harley, step back 3. Good. Good start for Governors State. Here's Nadav Gerner for the Fighting Saints. Gerner, Joey Bajemi, Russell Tillery, E.J. Charles, and Deandre Johnson in the starting lineup for St. Francis today as a foul is called down low on Governors State. It goes against number 5, Glenn Roan. And now you've met all of the Jaguars. Lamar Crenshaw, Peyton Harley, Glenn Roan, Tariq Deere, and Deandre Robinson. Here's Gerner in the corner. Gerner bounces it into Johnson. Deandre Johnson fakes a few times, now puts it up and in. Deandre Johnson scores the Saints' first 2 points and a kick called against St. Francis on the other end. Johnson scores 8.5 points per game. That's good for third on the team. He's got the first 2 tonight for St. Francis. Here's Peyton Harley for Governors State. Harley knocked down the 3 on the previous possession. Bounced inside, Deandre Robinson. Robinson working against Johnson, fights it up with the left hand and misses. Charles tips the rebound to himself. Here come the Saints. Nadav Gerner drives on Harley. Gerner bounces it out to Russell Tillery, and Tillery steps it back outside the 3-point line. Here's Bajemi, back to Tillery. Into the corner, E.J. Charles. Thought about the 3, gives it up to Bajemi. Shot clock to 10. Gerner didn't have the pass inside, instead he drives and he's fouled. Glenn Roan is called for his second foul already. And the freshman guard from New Orleans has to grab a seat. He is replaced by Travis Hogan, another freshman. Nadav Gerner finds E.J. Charles at the inbounds play, right back to Gerner. Gerner drives, bounces out to Bajemi. And Bajemi works it back to half court. 9 to shoot for Joey Bajemi. Fired over to Russell Tillery. Tillery drives. Tillery floats it up with the right hand and trickles it in. First lead of the game for St. Francis, 4-3. Tillery has his first 2. Here's Hogan inside. Hogan, turn around with the right, no good. Rebound, tapped out to Bajemi. Joey Bajemi loses it for a moment, gets it back, shoots and misses. Charles there with the tip. Second chance, no good. Travis Hogan comes down with the board for Governors State. Here's Peyton Harley. Harley at the center of the floor, spins into the lane. Harley is called for the walk. Turnover for Governors State as they go to the bench. Gerald Duckworth comes on for Tariq Deere. Here's Nadav Gerner. Gerner bounces it to Bajemi. And off back to Gerner. Now Deandre Johnson, left elbow. Johnson hands it to Tillery, coming around from the left. Tillery spins into the paint. Ball knocked away, gets it back. Over to E.J. Charles. Gerner on the left side, lob down low for Johnson. Deandre Johnson one-on-one with Robinson. Up with the right hand, missed it. Rebound goes to Robinson. Here's Lamar Crenshaw. Gives it up to the cutting Gerald Duckworth, and Duckworth twists his body to the lane and gets a basket on the layup. Nice move there by Gerald Duckworth for his first 2 points. Bujemi, reverse layup misses. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Hogan. That means it's Saints ball. Gerner bounces into Tillery off the inbounds play. Tillery is blocked by Hogan, but Charles takes it away, saving it to Johnson, and Johnson throws it back away to Hogan. I hope you followed all that. Governor State ended up with the ball. That's the important thing. Here's Lamar Crenshaw. Into Harley. Peyton Harley. Layup, no. Good defense by Tillery. Nadav Gerner bounces it ahead. Nobody there to catch it. And Gerner is called for the double dribble. I'm not sure what Nadav Gerner was doing there. I think he wanted to just push it ahead for Russell Tillery. Tillery didn't know it was coming. So the ball just kind of bounced on its own for a while. Gerner ultimately picked it up, but because he was the one who had the dribble initially, if he had caught it, it would have been a travel. Instead, he bounced it. It becomes a double dribble. So a turnover from Gerner. Here's Peyton Harley. Harley gives it to Crenshaw, and now Hogan. This is Gerald Duckworth. Shot clock's at 8. Just over 4 minutes into the game. Duckworth picks it up, gives it up to Deandre Robinson. Three-pointer misses. Rebound loose, picked up by Deandre Johnson. Joey Bujemi for 3. That's good. It's a nice sequence for the Fighting Saints. They forced Deandre Robinson into a 3 on one end. He's hit just 3 of them all year. Harley leans into one, air ball. Rebound saved by Robinson and out to Duckworth. Here's Travis Hogan. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Russell Tillery quickly on the other end. Blocked. Gets it back. Second chance is good. So Tillery has 4, following the Joey Bujemi 3 on the previous possession. I was going to say Bujemi has 30 made three-pointers this year. Deandre Robinson only 3. So if both of them are going to take three-pointers on consecutive possessions, I think the Saints like their chances of coming out on the better end. Russell Tillery is called for a reach-in. That's his first foul. In fact, the first foul on the Saints. 14:41 to play in the first half. 9-5, Saints lead. Substitution for St. Francis. Eric Ting comes in with Carter Fahey and Lewis Holy. Deandre Johnson, E.J. Charles, and Nadav Gerner go to the bench. Tariq Deere is back in for Governor State, and he inbounds. Albert Haskins also in for the first time, as is Sterling Fields. There's a drive from Duckworth out to Fields. Sterling Fields works his way up top. Three-pointer, good. Sterling Fields knocks one down, just a 28% three-point shooter, but he pulls the Jaguars within a point. Ting tries to give it up down low to Lewis Holy, but it's intercepted. Governor State trying to reclaim the lead. It's Haskins missing. Rebound chased down by Tariq Deere. Bounced out to Fields, into the corner, Deere once again. Tariq Deere gives it to Gerald Duckworth. Bounce down low, Bujemi pokes it away. Right back to Governor State with 5 on the shot clock. Duckworth steps into a three-pointer and drains it. 6 points in a row for Governor State. They lead by 2. Across half court to Bujemi. Carter Fahey back around the circle, gives it up to Lewis Holy, nearly taken away by Hogan. Holy gets it back, out to Bujemi. Now with 8 to shoot, it's Russell Tillery. Tillery gets the contact, and the foul is called on the floor. No shot. Foul is on the floor on Gerald Duckworth, his first. It's the third on the team. Travis Hogan departs. Deandre Robinson is back in for Governor State. Eric Ting set to inbound. And Ting can't find anybody, so he calls timeout. Good defense there by Governor State. 13-15 to play, first half. 11-9, Governor State leads the Fighting Saints so far. Good outside shooting for the Jaguars have put them in front. They got back-to-back three-pointers from Sterling Fields, and then a moment later from Gerald Duckworth. 9 of their 11 points in the game have come on three balls. St. Francis 1 for 1 from the outside as well. Joey Bajemi hit a three, so good outside shooting early in this game as the two teams have gone a combined 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. And considering how good that shooting has been, you'd think we'd have more than 20 points to this stage in the game, but in fact, neither team doing too well from inside the arc. Governor State, through nearly 7 minutes, is 1 of 7 on two-pointers. St. Francis is 3 of 9 on two-point shots. Eric Ting inbounds to Lewis Holy. Back to Ting. Ting works his way inside, out to Carter Fahey. Fahey feeds Holy in the post, and Holy's fouled. Fourth foul already on Governor State. That's 1 on Sterling Fields. Lewis Holy at the foul line. It's the first. Holy's a 66% free throw shooter. He can tie the score if he makes this one. But he misses it. Rebounded by Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. They'll reset here. Fahey, cross court to Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. Maxwell-Topia puts the ball on the floor, backs his way in, kicks it out to Carlos Tavares. Now Fahey. Fahey weaves his way inside, short on his shot. Another chance for Holy, and he scores. He got him in a roundabout way, but Lewis Holy ends up with 3 points on the possession, and the Saints are back in front by 1. Here's Tariq Deer. Deer works his way inside, floats it up and in. Nice touch from Tariq Deer, the junior from Calumet City. Back and forth we go early in this game. Maxwell-Topia kicks it into the corner for Tobias. Tobias drives, dishes to Holy, and lays it up and in. 5 straight points for Lewis Holy. Saints are in front once again. Tariq Deer trying to take the lead back for his team, but he misses the layup. Now Carlos Tobias out ahead of the pack, but the pass is out ahead of him from Carter Fahey. And it's out of bounds to Governor State. 12:03 on the first half clock. Good start to this game. Some hot shooting early, back and forth action. Biggest lead of the game so far was 9-5 when the Saints were ahead. Here's Duckworth. Duckworth can't get the roll, but he does get the foul.
Foul call to number 32 for the Saints. That's Carter Fahey, his first, team second.
First foul on Carter Fahey. Sends Gerald Duckworth to the free throw line for 2 shots. He's made 62% of his attempts from the line this year. His first attempt is clean. We're tied. Duckworth makes them both. So the lead changes hands yet again. Not yet 9 minutes into the game. We've seen both teams trading buckets here and wresting the lead from one another. Holy trying to take it back. He's fouled. Lewis Holy has been a force in the post early on in this one. 5 points already for the senior from Australia. Lewis Holy entered play today, averaging 7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds. He can match his season scoring average right here from the line. He does make the first, 6 points. Second shot forthcoming. It is through. St. Francis once again is in the lead. Both teams doing good work from the foul line. Here's Sterling Fields, the senior from Homewood Flossmoor, drives and he's going back to the free throw line as he gets the roll on a chance at a three-point play. That ball was on the rim so long, Sterling Fields took the bump, fell to the floor, and was practically standing up again by the time it finally went through. But a great play by Fields. The foul is called on Eric Ting, and Governor State is in front once more. Free throw's good. We've already seen 7 total free throws attempted in this one. Only 8 fouls, it's just a lot of them have been shooting fouls. Carter Fahey drives. Fahey stops in the lane. Turnaround blocked by Hogan. And here come the Jaguars. This is Fields. Sterling Fields passes off to Gerald Duckworth. Duckworth dribbles to the left. Outside the three-point line, he drives, layup good. 5-0 run for Governor State. It's their biggest lead so far tonight. St. Francis looking to score for the first time in a couple of minutes. Holy passes off to Ting. Down low to Fahey. Fahey working the post against Hogan. Now double team, gives it up to Lewis Holy. Holy misses the layup, grabs his own board and gets the second chance. Lewis Holy's got the last 9 points for the Fighting Saints. Fields kicks it outside. Hogan for 3. Short. And a foul is called on Governor State. Excuse me, it's called on St. Francis. Lewis Holy fouled Deandre Robinson. It's the 4th foul on the team. Sterling Fields will inbound. Bounced in for Harley, and he pulls it outside. Harley pull up, layup, no. Rebound tapped out of the hands of Deandre Robinson. His pass is deflected, but it finds Duckworth anyway. 6 on the shot clock for Governor State. Fields didn't know it. Now he starts to make a move. Pull up from the free throw line with the shot clock expiring. Knocks it off the back iron, no good. Saints have a chance to reclaim the lead or at least grab a tie with a made shot here. Rihanna Maxwell Topia. Out to Fahey. Fahey fires to Ting in the corner. Eric Ting working against Gerald Duckworth. Stripped and picked up by Hogan. Duckworth takes it the other way. Duckworth pulls up at the top of the key and now passes out to the right. Fields, step back three-pointer, good. Sterling Fields is not typically a high percentage shooter, but he's at 2 threes today. He's 2 for 2. And he's got 9 points. The lead is 5 for Gov State. Fahey gets the screen from Holy. Fahey drives and kicks to Ting. Eric Ting works his way inside and he's fouled. Second foul on Sterling Fields. Governor State has hit their limit. That's their 6th foul. Two shots here for Eric Ting. 79% from the line on the season. Trying to become the first player other than Lewis Holy to score in more than 5 minutes. And he makes the first free throw. In and out and back in again. Lewis Holy departs. Heitor Anabarate is in. 8:55 on the clock for the first half. Ting's second free throw is good. So the Saints are back within a single possession. It's a 3-point game. Deandre Robinson working against Arte. Turns to face the basket and he travels. Robinson none too pleased with the call as Governor State gives it up. Good defense there by the freshman Arte. I think Robinson was whistled for a technical foul for his argument. Was it Robinson or was it from the Governor State bench? Either way, it's a technical, and Eric Ting will take the foul shots. Ting's free throw is good. He's hit 3 in a row from the line. Now we'll get one more. Second from Ting is good as well. 1-point game, Saints ball. So it's 23-22. Saints were down by 5, which was the biggest lead for either team yet today. But now they can take the lead back. Rihanna Maxwell-Topia steps back. Maxwell-Topia looking around. He's picked up his dribble, and he finds Carlos Tavares. 8 on the shot clock. Tavares makes his move to the right. Inside to Arte through his hands and out of bounds. Saints get 2 points on the possession thanks to the technical foul, which was called from the bench of Governor State. It was not on Robinson. But they're not able to claim the lead by scoring in the half court. They turn it over. Here's Duckworth. Duckworth drives and kicks. Crenshaw holds that pivot foot. Working outside against Tobias. Kicked over to the right side. Hogan for 3. It's good. It's the second 3-point attempt for Hogan today. The first one that he's made. He was just 2 of 17 shooting 3-pointers all year. But even with a man in his face right there, thought he had a good look, and he was right. Knocks down his third 3-pointer of the season. Fahey tries to respond, but misses too strong, and the rebound goes to Crenshaw. Crenshaw gets the screen to the free throw line. Kicked out to Hogan. He tries from the outside again, and he hits it again. Hogan has made back-to-back 3-pointers. He was 2 of 17 from beyond the arc prior to those last 2 possessions. Governor State has extended their lead to a game-high 7, and Ryan Marks calls timeout. 29-22, 7:16 to play in the first half. St. Francis entered play today with 11 wins and 6 losses on the season. They've traded wins and losses ever since the new year. Their last 9 games have followed that formula, and today they're due for a loss, but I think they would just as soon end that silly little stretch right now. January is over after all. It's enough to play out win-loss throughout the month of January and trying to get back to consecutive victories here. They beat Mount Vernon Nazarene on December 29th and then Lincoln on January 2nd. Those were their last back-to-back wins. Trailing early in this one, but we have seen a lot of action already. This game has been back and forth throughout this first half. Both teams have had their share of time with the lead. Saints go to the bench. In fact, they go back to their starters. Russell Tillery's pass is intercepted, but Nadav Gurner takes it right back away from Harley. Here's Bujemi, defensive foul. And that'll send Bujemi to the free throw line. Good foul shooter. Bujemi's only missed 5 of them this year. Tariq Deer is called for his second foul. Joey Bujemi has 3 points so far in this game. He's on the floor with Tillery, Gerner, Anabadarte, and Charles. Bujemi's first free throw misses, and a lane violation, I believe, or a foul. Foul on Heitor Anabadarte. So Anabadarte is called for his first, the 5th on the team. Bujemi missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and then the foul sends it the other way. So it looked like Anabadarte had grabbed the offensive rebound. Here's Peyton Harley. Out to Duckworth. Duckworth working against Bujemi. Nice ball work so far. Out to Robinson. 3-point attempt. Way off. Rebounded by Charles. Nadav Gerner bounces it ahead to Anabadarte. Back to Gerner. Gerner kicks it out to Charles. And a whistle away from the ball. Foul's going to be called on Governor State. This one goes on Peyton Harley. Harley grabbing Heitor Anabadarte. So Anabadarte goes to the line for a 1-and-1. Heitor this year, 10 of 16 on free throws. And he makes the front end. He'll get one more. Second shot is good, 2 of 2. It's a 5-point game. Peyton Harley drives, pulls up, and backs out beyond the 3-point line. Moving to his right, bounces it off to Duckworth. Duckworth throws it towards Crenshaw, gets by him, and he just does save it from going back court. 6 minutes to go in the first half. This is Crenshaw. Lamar Crenshaw's pass towards Hogan, picked off by Charles. 1-on-1, and Charles throws it down with 2 hands. Big play by E.J. Charles. The steal on one end, the dunk on the other. And now a foul on this end. It's Nadav Gerner. 4 straight points scored by St. Francis. They're back within 1 score. Foul called on the Fighting Saints is just their 6th, so Governor State will not go to the free throw line here as Deandre Johnson checks back in. Inbounded to Duckworth. Duckworth backs it up and now makes a move on Bujemi. A pull up in the lane. Kicked out to Hogan. 3-point attempt blocked by Charles. And Nadav Gerner stepped on the line out of bounds. Just misjudged his place on the court. And the Saints turn it over. And that's a tough one for St. Francis after E.J. Charles had battled to give them momentum. Charles got the steal, the dunk, and then a blocked shot all in short succession. Governor State has the ball back. Duckworth working his way to the hoop. Duckworth cannot score off the backboard. Offensive rebound. They reset it out to Sterling Fields. Fields crosses over. Inside, stripped out of bounds. It belongs to Governor State. 10 on the shot clock for the Jaguars. It's been a lengthy possession for them. Blocked shot. Saints gave it right back. We've seen a foul. Now they lose it out of bounds and they get to reset. 5 on the shot clock. 3-pointer for Harley is no good. Rebound for Tillery. Tillery drives. Tillery dishes to Johnson. Johnson misses the shot. Rebound to Governor State. Duckworth pushes it off for Fields. 3-pointer. No good from Fields, and it's rebounded by Deandre Johnson. Russell Tillery takes it back to Gerner. Gerner fires inside to the cutting E.J. Charles, who lays it in. 4 points for E.J. Charles, and the Saints are down by just 1. Governor State going through a lull in scoring here. It's been 3 minutes since their last field goal. Saints have scored 6 straight points. Robinson works to his left. Robinson drives on Charles. Robinson throws it off to Fields. Fields has 6 seconds. Back to the middle of the floor, three-pointer, off to the left. Rebounded by Gerner. Nadav Gerner with under 4 minutes on the clock for the half. Gives it up to Charles. Three-pointer is good. E.J. Charles has 7 points. In fact, Charles has 7 consecutive points. We saw Lewis Holy do that earlier for the Saints. In fact, he scored 9 in a row. Now Charles scores 7 straight, and the Saints are back in front, 31-29. It's been a very evenly played first half as Governor State calls time to talk things over. Two teams have gone back and forth for the lead. Saints have shot the ball better, but they've also coughed it up a few times. 48% from the field, Governor State at just 37%. But the Jaguars have 6 more attempts thanks to those 7 St. Francis turnovers. That's one thing they'd like to clean up going forward, protecting the basketball, because when they've had it, they've done good things with it. 2 of 3 on three-pointers, but it's been the big men who have gotten it done. Lewis Holy and E.J. Charles today have combined for 16 of the Saints' 31 points. Those two gentlemen have also combined on 6 rebounds in the early going today. E.J. Charles is the man who's been hot of late. Charles, in the last couple of minutes, has 7 points, including a three-pointer and a fast break dunk, a steal, and a block shot. So he's played extremely well since re-entering the game. Same 5 for the Fighting Saints coming out of the timeout. E.J. Charles entered play today averaging 5 points per game, so he has surpassed his season average already. He and Holy have both surpassed their season averages already. Joey Bajemi, who leads the team on the season, scoring 11 points per game, scored the first 3, I believe, for St. Francis, or the second field goal, I think, was his three-pointer. He has not scored since, but the Saints lead by 2. Here's Duckworth. Duckworth around a screen, drives, does not finish, but he does get himself to the line. It's been 4 minutes since the last time Governor State scored. They can change that now with 2 free throws from Duckworth. Gerald Duckworth, 62% free throw shooter this season. 2 of 2 from the line today. Makes the first. One more for Duckworth, looking for the tie score. Misses the second, and the rebound is grabbed by Deandre Johnson. Johnson up top, over to Tillery. And an offensive foul is called on Deandre Johnson.
Foul called on number 5, Deandre Johnson.
That's Johnson's first foul. The 8th on the team, an offensive foul, so Governor State will not get free throws on the other end. Here's Peyton Harley working it to the right side to Gerald Duckworth. Duckworth drives around Bajemi and lays it in. Quick first step for Gerald Duckworth, and Bajemi didn't stand a chance. Here's Nadav Gerner. Gerner gives it up top to Bajemi. Now Russell Tillery. Bajemi lobs it down low for Johnson, but it's poked away. Stolen by Duckworth. Duckworth plays it back for Harley. He steps in the three-point line. Misses the two-point jumper. And Deandre Johnson grabs his 6th rebound of the game. Here's Gerner. Gerner drives. Gerner bounces it out to Charles, but that's a travel. Saints turn it over. Carlos Tavares checks in for Joey Bajemi. 2:17 to play in the half. Biggest lead of the half is 7. It belongs to Governor State. It was 29-22 they were ahead. Eric Ting is in for Nadav Gerner. Peyton Harley backs it across half court, working against Eric Ting. Harley to the right, splits the defense and is fouled. Great drive by Peyton Harley. Got through Ting and Johnson on his way to the basket, and now he'll get 2 free throws. Foul is called on Charles. It's his second. Peyton Harley is a very good free throw shooter, getting his first attempts of the game here. And he misses on the first one. 85% shooter from the line. This is his 3rd miss of the year. He's only had 14 attempts. Second shot is good. 2-point lead for Governor State. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Here's Carlos Tobias up to Charles. Over to the right side, it's Eric Ting. Down to the corner, Tobias for the 3. It's an air ball. Deandre Johnson had the rebound knocked out of his hands, and last touch by Johnson as it went out of bounds. Saints come up empty on that possession. Governor State retains the lead for now. Jaguars have led for the majority of the half. It's been very close, though. Peyton Harley working his way to the right side. He's on the wing. Finally gives up his dribble and passes to Lamar Crenshaw up top. Duckworth drives to his left. Duckworth gives it back to Robinson. Deandre Robinson couldn't corral it. The pass was behind him, taken away by Ting. Tobias along the baseline. Nice pass to Russell Tillery, and Tillery finishes it off to tie the score at 33. Lamar Crenshaw in the final minute of play in the first half, trying to send Governor State into the locker room with the lead. Crenshaw, pull-up jumper from the elbow, perfect. Crenshaw wanted the foul as well. He did not get the call. And St. Francis is playing from behind once again. Eric Ting around a screen to the left, passes back to Joey Bajemi. Bajemi steps back, deep 3 is short, and the rebound goes to Deandre Robinson. Timeout called, I believe, by Governor State here. Or not, no timeout. There is a whistle. Let's see what this is for. I'm still not quite sure. It is Governor State basketball, though. 24.5 seconds to play in the first half, so Governor State will not have a shot clock. Here's Deandre Robinson across half court, passing off to Peyton Harley. Harley holds. Governor State will play for the last shot here, it seems. Harley steps back, his jumper misses. Rebound knocked out of Johnson's hand. Crenshaw tracks it down. 3 seconds still to play. Here's Deandre Robinson. Robinson, jump ball called, and it's halftime. So Robinson blocked on the last play of the half, and Governor State will settle for a 2-point lead in the halftime, and it's an appropriate score. Governor State by 2. That's about how the first half was played. A slight advantage for the Jaguars, but a one-possession game most of the way. And both teams had their share of time with the lead, but it will be the Saints who have to play from behind, albeit ever so slightly, in the second half. So we've got 15 minutes on the halftime clock, and I'll be back at the end of that period of time to break down the first half for you and get you set up for half number 2. Saints trail 35-33 at the half. Back with more in a bit. We are approaching the end of halftime in Joliet, meaning we'll have basketball presently. St. Francis trailing Governor State at the half, 35-33. Terry Bonadonna with you once again. We've got 20 minutes of basketball still ahead of us, and if it's anything like the first 20 minutes of basketball, it should be a lot of fun because there was some exciting play. We saw 3 ties, 12 lead changes in the first half. The biggest lead for either side was at 29-22. That was Governor State. St. Francis's biggest lead was 4. That was way back at 9-5, but the two teams just kept flipping sides. Our leaders through the first half of basketball, Gerald Duckworth is leading all scorers with 12 points. St. Francis is led by Lewis Holy, who had 9. E.J. Charles had 7 in the first half. Deandre Johnson paced the squad with 6 rebounds, and rebounds were a big key to St. Francis' success when they had it in the first half. They out-rebounded Governor State 21-14. 46% from the field for the Fighting Saints in the first half, 40% on three-pointers. They went 2 of 5, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. For Governor State, 39% from the field. A very impressive 6 of 13 on three-pointers, 46%. They went 5 of 7 on their free throws. Maybe the most surprising stat I saw in the first half, Governor State's bench outscored St. Francis's bench 27-15. St. Francis's bench never gets outscored. They use their bench liberally, and they pour in a lot of points from their second unit, but Governor State today has gotten 77% of their scoring from their reserve squad. So it was a very interesting first half of basketball, and now here we are ready to go with the second half. E.J. Charles will inbound to Nadav Gerner to get us going. Lewis Holy, Joey Bajemi, Russell Tillery also on the floor for St. Francis as they take first possession. Gerner passes towards Lewis Holy, but it's intercepted by Deandre Robinson. Robinson, Peyton Harley, Lamar Crenshaw, Tariq Deere, and Travis Hogan are on the floor for Governor State, and Deandre Robinson strikes first. He scores and draws the foul. First foul of the half. It's called against St. Francis, and it's the second attributed to Lewis Holy. Holy scored 9 points in the first half, only played 6 minutes. So he gets the start here in the second half. As Robinson's free throw misses, he'll settle for a 2-point play. Just underway in the second half. Governor State leads by 4. Here's E.J. Charles on the right wing. Up top, Holy to the left, it's Russell Tillery. Tillery gives it up to Nadav Gerner. Gerner starts to penetrate, pulls back out. Charles on the left side. Bounces into Lewis Holy. Holy spins right into Lamar Crenshaw, who knocks the ball away but loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Saints, but only 1 second on the shot clock. Good defense by Lamar Crenshaw. He came in silently with the help. Holy never saw him, turned right into him and lost the ball. Saints need to get off a quick shot here. Nadav Gerner inbounds it to Bajemi. Quick 3, did not get it off on time. Doesn't matter, it didn't hit the rim anyway. Shot clock violation twice over. Governor State ball. So good start to the half offensively and defensively for Governor State. They got a bucket on their end of the floor. Shot clock violation on the other side. Here comes Peyton Harley driving on Gerner. Harley gets by Gerner but cannot finish on the layup. Gerner did a good job not giving up on that play. Here's E.J. Charles working his way inside. He gets the roll and the foul. Great play by E.J. Charles. Charles has stepped up at a number of occasions here in tonight's game. 9 points for him already. And now trying to make it 10 from the free throw line. 49% free throw shooter, and he misses on this one. There's a bump from Nadav Gerner. He fouls Peyton Harley on the floor. Second foul on the Saints already this half. Crenshaw receives the inbounds pass and hands it back. Now fired inside, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Governor State. 18 on the shot clock for the Jaguars. Tariq Deere lobs it into the backcourt. Peyton Harley tracks it back. Harley crosses over to his left, kicks it back to Hogan. Three-pointer is good. Travis Hogan, who hit 2 3-pointers in his first 12 games this year, has now hit 3 tonight. Governor State leads by 5. Nadav Gurner on the left side. Fired in for Holy. Holy lays it up, misses. With the follow, it's tipped around, knocked into the hands of E.J. Charles, who lays it in. Charles and Holy were playing pinball there, but E.J. Charles comes out of the fray with 2 more points. He's got 11 for the game now, a team high. His second double-digit scoring game this year. And his most in any game since December 19th. Here's Lamar Crenshaw for 3. Good. Crenshaw's got 5 points. Governor State remains red hot from the outside. They have been all game. Shooting better than 50% for 3. Here's Russell Tillery along the baseline. Tillery backs it out. Tillery to Bajemi, around to the left side, Gurner. Lob down low for Holy. Holy's layup is blocked by Hogan. The freshman Hogan grabs the loose ball. Here's Tariq Deere giving it up inside for Robinson. No good. And I think he was held on the battle for the rebound. E.J. Charles is called for his 3rd foul. Gerald Duckworth had a big first half off the bench for Governor State. He checks in for Tariq Deere. Governor State set to inbound from the baseline. Here's Harley. Harley dribbles towards the sideline, picks it up, gives it down low. Robinson throws it outside, and we've got a blocking foul. Foul on St. Francis. It's their second foul of the possession. It's the 4th of the game on E.J. Charles, and so he's going to have to check out for a while, and that's a blow for St. Francis because Charles is playing as well today as he has all year. 16:41 to play in the game. He's got 4 fouls. Inbounded to Hogan. Travis Hogan backs in, loses the ball. Picked up by Nadav Gurner. Ahead to Joey Bajemi. Deep 3. Good. Big time 3 for Joey Bajemi right there. Saints are back within 3. Here comes Peyton Harley. Harley spins into the paint. Kicks it out to the free throw line. It's Robinson backing up. Duckworth takes his time with 12 on the shot clock. Now makes his move on Bajemi. Working back outside the 3-point line. It's a handoff to Deere. Tariq Deere's got 4 to shoot. Deere works inside, lays it up off the backboard and in. Governor State's doing it all offensively right now. Saints have not had an answer. Lewis Holy takes the dribble, flips it up with the left hand, off the glass and in. Holy has his first 2 points of the second half. He's got 11 for the game. St. Francis knocks it out. It'll stay with Governor State. Lewis Holy's got 11 or more points now for the 3rd straight game and the 4th in his last 5. His offensive game is picking up dramatically of late. Duckworth works around Holy into the basket. Blew by Bajemi, then Holy, and scored. Governor State strikes again. They've scored on almost every possession in this second half. Their halftime lead was 2. It's up to 5. Russell Tillery puts it on the floor. He loses it. Duckworth picks it up. Governor State's got numbers. Harley takes it in and off Gerner and scores. The lead is back to 7 for the Jaguars. This match is their biggest of the night. Bajemi drives. Bajemi's got a free path to the basket. A little help from Lewis Holy clearing some space, and Joey Bajemi now has 8 points. Robinson drives around Carter Fahey. Fahey comes back in with the block. Tillery saves it to Fahey, but Fahey was standing out of bounds. Probably for the best for St. Francis there. Tough to save the ball right underneath your own basket. Deandre Johnson comes in to spell Lewis Holy for the Saints. Big block a moment ago for Carter Fahey. Means that Governor State gets the ball back underneath the hoop. They reset the shot clock to 20. Apparently felt that St. Francis took possession there. A little leaner for Duckworth is good. Governor State can't be stopped right now. Saints are playing very well offensively. They can't keep Governor State off the board. Jaguars, I believe, have scored on 5 consecutive possessions. Here comes Gerner. Nice drive for Gerner, but he can't finish with the layup. Rebound tapped out to Tariq Deer. Deer ahead to Crenshaw. Crenshaw lays it in and one. .14 minutes to play, a 9-point lead now for Governor State. They can make it double digits for the first time today as Crenshaw goes to the free throw line. Crenshaw's free throw misses off the back iron, and the rebound goes to Deandre Johnson. So they settle for the 2-point play. Still, I believe my counting is accurate, that's 6 consecutive possessions with at least 2 points for Governor State. Now the Saints need a bucket. They need a stop on the other end. Russell Tillery bounces over to Deandre Johnson. Handed back to Tillery, who dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. Saints turn it over. Crenshaw passes over to Deer. And an offensive foul called on Glenn Roan. Roan started today. He picked up 2 quick fouls, and he was on the bench after just 2 minutes. Just checked back in, and immediately he picks up his 3rd foul on a moving screen, and he checks right back out. So 2 minutes of action, 3 fouls today for Glenn Roan. It's been a tough day at the office for the freshman. Rihanna Maxwell-Topia finds Carlos Tobias in the corner. Tobias gets the screen, walks into a 3-pointer, and misses it short. Hogan grabs the rebound. Fired ahead, Tobias jumps the passing lane and knocks it away. Now Rihanna Maxwell-Topia has possession. Maxwell-Topia picks up his dribble, gives it back to Tobias, and Tobias travels. All of a sudden, St. Francis is having some trouble holding onto the ball. That's now 15 turnovers in the game for the Fighting Saints. They had only 10 of them in their win against Cardinal Stritch on Saturday. Tariq Deer passes off to Gerald Duckworth. Duckworth drives and kicks. Sterling Fields in the corner. Fields works his way around Ting, bounces it back to Robinson inside. Ting knocks it away. The ball is loose, and we've got a tie-up. Possession arrow faces Governor State, but there are only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Tariq Deere is the inbounder. Deere lobs it in for Robinson. Robinson gets the quick shot off and misses. Johnson there for his 7th rebound of the game. Rihanna Maxwell-Topia, three-pointer, in and out. Rebound grab by Deandre Robinson as he falls to the floor. Nice job by Robinson. Here's Sterling Fields for three, and he hits. Third made three-pointer of the game for Sterling Fields. The lead is up to 12 for Governor State. They are 9 of 16 from beyond the arc today. Eric Ting on the left side. Down low to Maxwell-Topia. Poked away and a foul call. A reaching foul called on Governor State. It is the third on Tariq Deere. It's the third on the team as well. 11:43 to play, second half. Second half has been dominated by Governor State. They've outscored St. Francis 21-11 so far since halftime. First half was very tight. Back and forth for the entire 20 minutes. There were 12 lead changes in the first half. Inbound it to Deandre Johnson, who immediately loses it out of bounds, last touched by Governor State. Ting inbounds to Tobias. Bounced in for Deandre Johnson. Johnson puts it up and in. Deandre Robinson wanted a travel call, but Johnson will take the points. And a timeout called from the St. Francis sideline. 11:31 to play. Governor State on top by 10. And that was a much-needed bucket right there for Deandre Johnson and the Fighting Saints. It had been 3.5 minutes since they last scored. During that time, Governor State built up a big lead. As high as 12 points, and the Jaguars' offense was white hot for a while, scoring at will. Saints finally picked up a couple of stops in a row, but they couldn't get them back on the other end. They weren't getting any shots up. A lot of turnovers for St. Francis in the second half, 5 of them in the first 8.5 minutes. But they got that much-needed hoop just moments ago from Deandre Johnson. And now they'll talk over a defensive strategy. We'll see if Saints elect to put on a full-court press coming out of the timeout, try to smother Governor State a little bit, take them out of their rhythm, because Governor State has been in a rhythm. Their outside shooting today has been spectacular. They've made all 3 of their three-point attempts since halftime. They're shooting 56% from beyond the arc in the game. And since halftime overall, they're shooting well over 60%, 9 of 14 from the field. Tobias, Maxwell-Topia, Ting, Johnson, and Fahey. Same 5 on the floor for St. Francis. Hogan, Harley, Crenshaw, Robinson, and Deere out there for Governor State. Eric Ting puts on the loose full-court pressure on Peyton Harley, who gets across the timeline and now makes his move inside, working against Johnson. He floats it up and in. Great job by Harley there, taking the contact and scoring. Peyton Harley's got 8 points. Carlos Tobias into the corner for Maxwell-Topia. Maxwell-Topia, offensive foul, called for the push-off. Rihanna Maxwell-Topia has been held scoreless in 5 of his last 6 appearances. He also did not play in 2 of the last 8 games, so he's only scored 1 time, or one of the last 8 games that the team has played. Looked like he had his first 2 points tonight right there, but called off on the offensive foul. Here's a three-pointer for Crenshaw, and he gets it. "12 points for Lamar Crenshaw, and the lead is ballooned to 15 for Governor State. Here's Eric Ting. Ting gets a screen to his left. Picked up by Harley. Step back jumper for him. Does not fall. Rebounded by Crenshaw. Governor State's not giving up anything easy right now. Tariq Deere will eat up some clock here as we go under 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Deere drives, pulls up, stripped, gets it back, scores, and one. Crazy sequence there for Tariq Deere. It looked like he had the ball stolen from him. Somehow he got it back, not only scored, but drew the foul. Second foul on Deandre Johnson. And the Jaguars are in the bonus now as Russell Tillery and Joey Bajemi check back in. Lewis Holy comes on late. He's going to replace Deandre Johnson if this free throw is made. It is not, but he grabs his own rebound and misses the second opportunity. The Saints dodge a bullet right there because they completely ignored the shooter. And that probably should have been a 4-point play for Tariq Deere. Carlos Tobias for three. Nobody's fouled. Tobias heads to the line for 3 shots.
Foul called on number 10, Deandre Robinson. His first, team's fourth.
So a big chance for Carlos Tobias right now to gain some ground from the free throw line. Tobias, a 67% foul shooter, makes the first. One of the worst things you could do when you have a big lead is to foul a 3-point shooter. Still a long way to go in this game, so you're not really looking at the clock yet, but still anytime you can score multiple points with the clock stopped, it's a big opportunity. Deandre Robinson visibly displeased with that foul call. He didn't think he got him. But Tobias has converted on 2 of the 3 free throws, and now the third is good as well. Big possession for Carlos Tobias and the Saints, and now they've got another big one on the defensive end as they try to capture a little bit of momentum. Trying to come from behind. They were down by 17 points just a moment ago. This game was within 1 possession for almost the entire first half. Robinson inside, good position, scores over Lewis Holy. Just 4 points today for Deandre Robinson. He came in averaging nearly 13, leading the team. They haven't needed him much offensively, though. Their guards have been shooting lights out. Tillery drives from the right. Russell Tillery works his way to the hoop and scores. Russell Tillery made his first start of the year against Cardinal Stritch back in December, scored 19 points. Today he's got 8 as Governor State calls a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout with 8:49 to play in the second half. Governor State 65, St. Francis 51. Fighting Saints have turned things back up offensively. They've scored 5 points on their last 2 possessions. They have had no answer for Governor State on the other end of the floor, though. The Jaguars continue to burn the bottom of the nets. They shot 39% in the first half. But in the second half, they are 13 of 19. Not good enough at the math to figure out exactly what percentage that is, but it's close to 70. I know that much. Say about 68%. Seems about right. They've also done a great job in the second half of getting themselves to the free throw line. St. Francis has had the #1 defense in conference play this year, averaging to allow just 68 points per game. That ball is thrown away by Peyton Harley, and there's a good defensive stop for St. Francis. Forcing the errant pass, turnover, and now they can gain some more ground. Just going to say, though, Governor State is just about to that average that St. Francis is allowing already. 8.5 minutes to play. Cross court to Bajemi. Down low to Holy. Lewis Holy flips it up, misses, but a foul is called on Peyton Harley. Excuse me, on Gerald Duckworth. It's the second foul on Duckworth. Still just the 5th on the team. Governor State is in the bonus. 2 shots for Lewis Holy. And he misses on the first. Holy is now 3 of 5 from the free throw line so far today. He's got 11 points, which is tied with E.J. Charles for a team high. Charles has been on the bench for the last 8 minutes with 4 fouls. Holy makes 1 of 2. Deandre Robinson fires it outside to Lamar Crenshaw, and they are able to get across half court. Robinson throws it high and away, and nobody there. He was looking for Travis Hogan, but even if Hogan were in the position that Robinson wanted him to be in, that ball probably would have been 3 feet over his head. Timeout called by Governor State. A 30-second timeout with 8:10 to play in regulation. Tony Bates brings his team over to the sideline. Bates in year number 6 at Governor State. He's done a good job with the program. They've struggled this year to a 4-8 record, but a win today would move them above 500 in conference play. It's an interesting year for conference play. The conference tournaments begin on February the 23rd. And you never know who's going to be in the tournament and who isn't, just based on how many games are going to be played. It's a season where you have to look at the winning percentages in conference to determine the standings, because everybody's played a different number of games. You've got St. Ambrose and Cardinal Stritch, who have both played 7. St. Xavier's played 7 as well. Trinity Christian has. Indiana South Bend and Indiana Northwest have not played a conference game yet. Not a 1. So obviously they're not going to have time to make up all of them. Russell Tillery gives it back to Carlos Tobias. Tobias to Lewis Holy on a high post. Turns and hands it back to Tobias. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Rihanna Maxwell Topia from the free throw line misses on the jumper. Rebound tipped into the hands of Tobias. He tries again and scores. Just an 11-point game now, thanks to a couple of Governor State turnovers. Saints are getting back into it. They were down by 17. Duckworth shovels it back to Crenshaw. Bounced over to Harley on the right side, 10 to shoot. Harley gives it to Tariq Dean. Dean feigns left, drives right, floats it up in the lane and misses. Rebound to Lewis Holy. There's another stop that the Saints were looking for. Now they can cut it to single digits with a basket. Tillery in the lane, puts up a jumper and scores. Saints have almost cut half of this deficit out. Down by 17, they're now down by only 9. Here's Duckworth giving it back to Dean into the corner. Crenshaw. And Crenshaw was trapped. He was forced to call timeout with 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 6:38 to go in regulation. And it's a full timeout called by Governor State. Jaguars have led the entire second half, up by as many as 17 points, but after making seemingly every shot they were taking for a while there, they have gone almost 3 minutes without scoring. And I shouldn't preface that by talking about their shooting, because their shooting hasn't suffered. They've been turning the ball over has been the problem. A couple of bad passes in a row. They're still shooting well. 49% from the game. 65% for the half. I can do it more easily now because they're 13 of 20. Anytime you have those numbers divisible by 10, it becomes easy to figure out the percentage. 65% in the second half, and that's allowed them to develop the big lead, but the Saints have played with a renewed sense of urgency over the last few minutes, putting on the defensive pressure and then turning it into offense on the other end. Russell Tillery is into double figures with 10 points now. We saw a big bucket from Carlos Tobias a few moments ago. And Governor State will inbound from the sideline with 17 on the shot clock. Tariq Dean gets it into Deandre Robinson. Back to Dean, who sets things up. Dean bounces back towards half court, throws it out of a trap to Hogan. 6 to shoot. Robinson in the lane, back out to Dean. Dean, wide open 3. Missed it, and it was an air ball But it's not a shot clock violation. Deandre Robinson stepped out of bounds as he tried to save the rebound. So it is out of bounds to the Saints. Dean was left open there. He fooled Carlos Tobias, but a rare open miss on a three-pointer for Governor State today. Saints have a chance to cut deeper into this lead. Rihanna Maxwell-Topia drives, bumped by Dean, and a foul called. That's the 6th team foul on Governor State. So they've hit their limit, but this one will not send the Saints to the free throw line. Maxwell-Topia will inbound here. He inbounds to Russell Tillery. Tillery drives the right side. Nearly lost it, got it back. Fadeaway jumper misses. Holy offensive rebound. He's blocked by Hogan straight out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock. Saints retain possession with 5:49 to play in the game. The officials, I think, are trying to figure out the shot clock here. The previous shot did not hit the rim. So the shot clock is back down to 11, not at 19. Should not have reset following the missed shot. So it's at 10 now for Joey Bajemi. Bajemi working on Harley, works his way into the paint, puts it up and in. Joey Bajemi, usually a sharpshooter from the outside, works his way into the paint and scores a tough one. It's a 7-point game. Bajemi's got 10. 3 double-digit scores, 4 make that for the Saints today now. And a foul called on Bajemi trying to take that ball away from Gerald Duckworth. Duckworth is going to the line. Foul is actually called on Carlos Tobias rather than on Bajemi. It's Tobias' first foul. 1-1 here for Duckworth. He's 3 of 4 from the line today. It's a big free throw. And he makes it. He'll get one more. First point for Governor State in 4 minutes. One more for Duckworth. He's got a game-high 17 points. He misses the second free throw. Maxwell-Topia grabs the rebound. Here's Lewis Holy on the outside. Over to Maxwell-Topia. Looking to his left, he finds Tillery. Into the corner, Bajemi. Bajemi drives. Bajemi blocked from behind by Hogan, but he's called for the foul. So Bajemi again does it on the drive, and he's got 2 free throws coming his way.
Foul called on number 34, Travis Hogan. His first, team 7.
Joey Bajemi's an 88% foul shooter. He missed his only attempt today. That was a front end of a 1-and-1 back in the first half. And he makes the free throw. Saints can pull within 2 possessions if Bajemi makes this one. E.J. Charles is back in. He's been on the bench for nearly 12 minutes after picking up his 4th foul. He's been very good when in today's game, though. Hogan poked away from behind by Tillery. Bajemi picks up the loose ball, and he's fouled. Foul is on Lamar Crenshaw. And Joey Bajemi is going back to the free throw line, this time for a 1-and-1. It hasn't seemingly been a dominant run for St. Francis. It's been almost methodical, the way they've trimmed this 17-point deficit down to 6, and a chance to make it as low as 4 from the line here. First free throw is perfect. Governor State has only missed 2 shots during this big run for St. Francis, but They've turned the ball over a number of times. They've missed a free throw. That second one is good for Bujemi. And it is just a 4-point game as the Saints keep the pressure on. Here's Peyton Harley. Off to the left side, Lamar Crenshaw. Crenshaw drives, he's bumped by E.J. Charles, and that's number 5.
St. Francis foul number 10, E.J. Charles. That is his 5th personal foul.
So E.J. Charles fouls out with 11 points in limited time on the floor. Awfully good today when he was out there, but foul trouble plagued him throughout this one. He fouls out for the second time this season. And he's replaced by Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. Crenshaw, free throw is good. He'll get one more. That was the 9th team foul on St. Francis, so as Crenshaw makes the front end there, all further fouls will result in 2 free throws. Second shot is good. The lead is back to 6 for the Jaguars. After a back-and-forth first half, Governor State has led the entire second half. It was a 2-point game at the break. Governor State was up by as many as 17. Now Rihanna Maxwell-Topia's pass deflected and taken away by Duckworth. One-on-one, Duckworth blocked from behind by Tillery, but that's a goaltend. (70-62). 4 straight points for the Jaguars. After St. Francis had come back to cut the deficit to 4, it's back to 8 now for the Jaguars. Carlos Tobias gets the screen. Tobias drives, shovels it off down low to Holy. Lewis Holy gives it outside to Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. He tries his hand at a 3 and knocks it down. Rihanna Maxwell-Topia brings the Saints within 5. Here's Hogan. Jaguars running some clock on this possession as Harley starts to make a move, pull up in the paint, and he rattles it home. Russell Tillery gives it back to Bujemi. 3-point attempt, off the mark. Holy grabs the offensive rebound, back up and in. Somebody's missing a shoe down there. Looks like Deandre Robinson. So it's a good time for a timeout. Timeout called by St. Francis, a full timeout. 3:21 to play in the second half. 72-67 Governor State leads. Both teams getting back in gear offensively. Lewis Holy grabbed the rebound and scored on the second chance a moment ago. He's now got 14 points to go along with 7 boards. Big game for Lewis Holy. It's one of the better games I think that he's played in a while, and he's really heated up all around lately. 4th time in the last 5 games he's been in double figures scoring. Lewis Holy, who darn near averaged a double-double the last couple of seasons for St. Francis, doesn't have a single double-double this year. He's 3 rebounds away from his first of the season. More importantly, though, with 3 minutes and some change remaining, the Saints are in this one. And look for a while like they wouldn't be. Governor State built their lead up to 17 with 9 minutes and 52 seconds remaining. And the Saints just slowly chipped away. I guess it's hard to slowly chip away at 12 points over 6 minutes, but that's what they did. An efficient offensive attack with some high-pressure defense that forced Governor State into some turnovers. Meanwhile, the Saints haven't turned it over in a while. They were having big turnover problems early in the game, but they've committed only 2 of them in the last 7 minutes. Deandre Johnson is back in for St. Francis as the Jaguars look to beat the press. Tariq Dean gets across half court, gives it up down low to Deandre Robinson, and Robinson flushes it with 2 hands. Timeout called by Governor State. Big bucket for Governor State, and now they stop the clock once again. Just 12 seconds after the last timeout. It's another full timeout, so Governor State is down to their final one. St. Francis has 2 timeouts remaining. 74-67, and the Jaguars are still in pretty decent shape in this one right now. Their 17-point lead is down to 7, so they've certainly lost some ground, but up by 7 with 3:09 to play, and shooting the ball the way that they have, they've still got to feel very good about their chances in this one. As I mentioned during that big run for St. Francis, it was set up more by turnovers than by forcing missed shots. Governor State is still shooting better than 50% for the game. And they're shooting 56% from three-point range. 67% is their field goal percentage during the second half of this game. And they've scored 39 points since halftime. St. Francis has scored 34. It's been a high-scoring second half. Governor State led by 2 at the break. They've been able to expand that lead even as St. Francis has gotten hot once again offensively. Fighting Saints have the ball. It's Russell Tillery. Tillery sends it down low for Johnson. Deandre Johnson backs in, makes a move and kicks it out to Maxwell Topia. Rihanna Maxwell Topia steps in, jumper, no. Rebound tapped out of bounds, last touched by Johnson. Big stop there for Governor State. And Lewis Holy checks back in for Deandre Johnson. Here comes Peyton Harley. Harley across the timeline, guarded by Carlos Tavares. Jump stop in the paint, and he walked. Harley took a step. That gives the ball back to St. Francis, and now with 2:36 remaining, I don't think you could call this a must-score possession, but this is an important one. Saints can't really afford to go back-to-back trips down the floor without scoring at this stage. Tavares for 3, he misses, and they do go back-to-back possessions without scoring. And now they need to stop. It's Gerald Duckworth outside. Duckworth's had a great game, 19 points for him. And he's running the clock. It's down to 12 before he begins to make his move. Picked up by Tobias. Up top, Deandre Robinson. Over to Travis Hogan. Hogan squares up for 3 and misses it. Holy grabs the rebound. Here's Joey Bajemi. Over to Tillery. Tillery drives with the left hand, pulls up in the lane, misses the leaner. Battle for the rebound. We've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow favors St. Francis. Good battle there between Holy and Hogan. Both men hit the ground pretty hard. Hogan slower to get up, but he does get up under his own power. And Hogan is going to leave for Tariq Dean. A little shaken up after taking that fall. Here into the tie-up. But it is St. Francis basketball. Settling the clock issue right now. 1:42 to play in the game. Shot clock is at 20. Make that 19 after the offensive rebound. And Russell Tillery is the inbounder. Tillery gets it into Tobias. Corner three-pointer, good. A big-time three-pointer for Carlos Tobias. And the Saints have once again cut the deficit down to 4. 74-70. This is as close as they've been in the second half. It's the second time that they've gotten it down to 4. Lamar Crenshaw in the corner. Crenshaw has it poked away by Bajemi. Bajemi thought he knocked it off of Crenshaw. But the call goes to Governor State. Their basketball from the sideline. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 75 seconds to play in the game. Inbounded up high to Deandre Robinson, nearly lost it, but he sticks with it. Gives it up to Peyton Harley. Now Dean inside, trying to draw the foul, no call. And Rihanna Maxwell-Topia comes up with a loose ball. Here is Maxwell-Topia into the corner for Tillery, looking for three. A little bit too strong. Rebound tapped up in the air. Holy grabs it and shovels it out to Tobias. Bujemi for three. It's a one-point game. Joey Bujemi knocks down the three, and it's 74-73 with 52 seconds left. What a comeback for the Saints. They were down by 17 with just under 10 minutes to play. And now Tobias fouls Tariq Dean, and that's not a foul. Now Ryan Marks was looking for it. Tobias fired up, maybe a little bit too much energy on that play. Sends Tariq Dean to the free throw line for 2 shots. Tariq Dean is not a good free throw shooter. This may turn out to be a good move for the Fighting Saints. He's 0 for 1 from the line today, 57% on the season, and he misses the first. One more shot, and he misses that one as well. Dean goes 0 for 2 from the line, and with a basket here, St. Francis would take the lead. They have not led since late in the first half. 33-31 the last time they held the lead. This is Russell Tillery out to Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. Shot clock is at 10. There's a screen from Lewis Holy. Maxwell-Topia gives it to Bujemi. Deep three-pointer off the back iron. It bounces over the backboard and out of bounds. It's going to go to Governor State with just 18.4 seconds to play. There will be no shot clock. St. Francis calls timeout. So barring a steal, Saints will have to foul, and there is enough time on the clock right now that they don't have to foul immediately. They can play for a couple of steals, and, well, they can only get one steal, but a couple of chances at a steal. And if they don't like the guy who's got the ball, they don't necessarily have to foul right away. Tariq Dean is 0 for 3 from the line and just a 57% shooter for the season. He would seemingly be the guy that you'd try to foul if you're St. Francis. We'll see who else is on the floor, because Deandre Robinson is only a 59% free throw shooter. Travis Hogan just 3 of 9 from the line this year. So there are potentially going to be some good options when you're looking to send somebody to the free throw line. But again, that's not the first thing you're looking at right now if you're St. Francis. You're going to try to get the steal right away. And again, there's time to go for the steal a couple of times. You don't need to foul immediately if you don't get the first one. Saints, though, had an opportunity on that last possession and just did not get a good shot off. Joey Bujemi, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference. And we've certainly seen him hit them from that range before, but his feet weren't fully set as he took that three-pointer. With the shot clock running down, they just never really had a good look at it. So now it's up to the defense. Peyton Harley is the inbounder from the baseline. And the officials over at the scorer's table right now clearing something up. We've got 18.4 seconds showing on the clock. Saints missed a three-pointer on their possession. Joey Bujemi's shot from long range bounced over the backboard and straight out of bounds. So there was no chance at an offensive rebound. As it went out, the Saints used their penultimate timeout. Each team now has one timeout remaining. So if Harley has any trouble getting this ball in, they do still have one chance to stop the clock and reset. Inbounds it to Lamar Crenshaw. Back to Harley, over to Sterling Fields, and they're able to break the press. Fields is fouled from behind by Rihanna Maxwell-Topia. And Fields, so far this season in limited opportunities, has been the best free throw shooter of the season. So good work by Tony Bates getting his best shooters out there and putting them in position to get the ball. And Governor State, great job overall of just breaking the press and making sure that Fields had the ball in his hand. He's 7 of 7 from the line this year. 2 shots, and the first one is good. Even if he makes this, it'll be a 1-possession game. But how about Governor State from the line tonight? They've struggled. For as great as they have been shooting the basketball throughout the game, on free throws they're just 9 of 17. To make it a 3-point game, Fields hits. He remains perfect for the season. So the Saints need a 3 here. They've got Tobias, Bujemi, and Tillery and Maxwell Topia on the floor. Tillery drives, going in for the layup, blocked by Deandre Robinson. Duckworth grabs the rebound. He's fouled with 2.9 on the clock. Tillery tried to get the quick 2, and then another takeaway. But he's blocked from behind by Deandre Robinson, and that might be all she wrote. With 2.9 on the clock, all Duckworth should have to do is make one of these free throws. I just mentioned that free throw shooting has been a problem for the Jaguars today, but Sterling Fields hit 2 clutch ones a moment ago, and now Duckworth has a chance to ice it, but he misses. The door is still open, just a crack for St. Francis here. They do have a timeout left, but they grab a rebound, they would be unable to advance the ball on the timeout. Duckworth's second free throw misses. Rebound, Maxwell Topia, he calls timeout. So for the second time in the last minute, Governor State misses a pair of free throws and leaves the door open for St. Francis. The Jaguars went 2 for 6 on free throws during the final minute when they were ahead by 1 point. So here we are, 76-73, 2.4 on the clock. Saints are out of timeouts. Let's see what kind of shot they can get up in about 2.5 seconds. They have added 0.2 of a second. So it's 2.6 on the clock, 76-73. We've had an excellent evening of basketball here at the Sullivan Center. Governor State women's team upset the 13th ranked Fighting Saints women earlier this evening, 51-49, in a game that came down to the final seconds. And now the Jaguars are trying to make it 2 for 2 on St. Francis's floor in another nail-biter. A 3-point game with 2.6 on the clock. So I went down the 3-point shooters on the last possession. This time there's no question the Saints need a 3. Joey Bujemi is the guy they want the ball to find, a 43% 3-point shooter. Rihanna Maxwell Topia is at 33%. Carlos Tobias at 41%. Russell Tillery, not a great outside shooter, but he can knock him down. And they brought in Aitor Anabadarde as well. Lewis Holy throws it down the floor looking for Anabadarde, but it's intercepted by Deandre Robinson as he's fouled with 0.3 of a second on the clock. And it looks like Governor State will pick up their 5th victory of the year. So they brought in Anabadarde to catch the long pass down the floor from Lewis Holy, but they couldn't get it to him. It was intercepted by Robinson. And Robinson's not a good free throw shooter either. So if he misses both of these, there's theoretically a chance for St. Francis. But he makes the first. So that'll do it. Governor State takes a 4-point lead. And they are on their way to knocking off St. Francis and earning a season split after the Fighting Saints took a 74-66 win at University Park back in December. The second free throw misses, ricochets off the leg of Deandre Robinson and puts this one in the books. 77-73, our final score. Tough loss for St. Francis. It was the first 10 minutes of the second half that did them in. First half was competitive, back and forth, 3 ties, 12 lead changes in that first half. It was a 2-point game at the intermission, 35-33. And then Governor State came out hot, and that's an understatement. They were making everything that they shot in the early stages of the second half. They ballooned their lead from 2 points all the way up to 17, and that's when St. Francis started to make their move. They began forcing turnovers. They started hitting their shots on the offensive end and protecting the basketball as well. After a spate of turnovers in the first 30 minutes of the game, they cleaned it up during the final 10 minutes. And they were able to come back to cut the deficit all the way down to 1 in the final minute. From 17 down to 1 at 74-73. They had one chance to take the lead. It was the only time in the entire second half that they had the ball with an opportunity to move ahead. And Joey Bujemi, with the shot clock running down, fired a deep three. He missed it. The ball bounced over the backboard and out of bounds. And Governor State got it back and hit a couple of free throws to, I shouldn't say put the game away. It did essentially ice things. But the Fighting Saints did still have another chance as Tillery went in for a layup that was blocked. And then on their final possession, they were not able to get the ball inbounds with just 2.5 seconds remaining, needing to go the length of the floor. Again, our final score, 77-73. Governor State comes away with the victory. They shot 49% for the game. St. Francis 46, so their numbers pretty similar. But the two big differences, number one, Governor State shot 53% on three-pointers. St. Francis shot a very respectable 40%, but it's hard to compete with 53%. And the other big number for Governor State was their second half shooting. After not shooting the ball very well in the first half, they still had a 2-point lead. But in the second half, they went crazy. 16 of 26 from the field in the second half, and that is what allowed them to build up the big lead. And even as they cooled down as the half went on, they were able to hold on to that lead. Some of the individual performances in today's game, Governor State was led by Gerald Duckworth. Duckworth led all scorers today with 19 points, 7 of 8 from the field for Gerald Duckworth in this game. Lamar Crenshaw finished with 14, 5 of 6 shooting for Crenshaw in this one. And St. Francis was led by Joey Bujemi, who went 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. He finished with 17. Lewis Oley picked up his first double-double of the season, 14 points, 11 rebounds. E.J. Charles, 11 points on 5 of 6 shooting, but he was held to just 15 minutes as a result of foul issues. And Russell Tillery also finished in double figures with 10 points. For Governor State, 4 players in double figures. St. Francis finished with 4 players in double figures as well. Really a good game all the way down to the end, but it goes Governor State's way. They improved to 5-8 on the season. They are 3-2 in the CCAC. St. Francis falls to 11-7 overall. They're 3-4 in the CCAC, and they run their string of not having either a winning streak or a losing streak to 10 games. They have now alternated wins and losses ever since the start of January. Starting on January 2nd, they've gone back and forth. And all that means, I guess, that they're due to win against a very good Olivet Nazarene team on Saturday. That's their next game, 7 o'clock Saturday night, St. Francis against Olivet, and that'll be our next broadcast of St. Francis basketball. That's going to do it for this one, though. 77-73 the final. Governor State comes to town and takes out Joliet's Fighting Saints of St. Francis. We'll be back at it Saturday. Until then, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Good night, all.